These 15 RVs were not poorly built because the factory workers were careless. They were built this way on purpose. Every failure on this list was a calculation, using cheaper materials and faster assembly, and timed so owners are out of warranty before the real problems appear. You are not buying a recreational vehicle. You are buying someone else's exit strategy. Number 1. The Keystone Cougar from 2019 to 2022, wall delamination before the first season ends. Walk through any RV show and you will see rows of these. Spacious floor plans, attractive interiors, competitive pricing. That popularity is exactly the trap. Hundreds of thousands of buyers purchased these units thinking they were getting quality family recreation. What they actually got was a wall construction time bomb. The exterior walls use Luan plywood bonded to fiberglass skins with water-soluble adhesive. When a roof seal cracks, and every RV roof seal eventually cracks under highway vibration, water reaches the Luan and the adhesive dissolves. The wall delaminates from the inside. Large bubbles form on the exterior surface. The structural integrity is gone permanently. Replacement costs $8,000 to $14,000 per wall. The unit may be worth $22,000 used. One delamination and it is effectively unsellable. Keystone knows this. They kept using water-soluble adhesive because it is cheaper than moisture-resistant alternatives. Your long-term ownership experience was not their concern. They had already made the sale. Number 2. Forest River Cherokee Gray Wolf from 2018 to 2021. Slide-out seals that last one season. Forest River moved massive numbers of these travel trailers as entry-level family units. People loved the layout, the price point, and the features. But the slide-out seal system is a masterclass in planned obsolescence. The rubber seals that keep water out when the slide-out is retracted are installed with insufficient compression, and they are made of a rubber compound that hardens and cracks within 2 to 3 seasonal cycles. Water enters the wall cavity behind the slide-out. The subfloor absorbs moisture. Soft spots develop. Mold follows. By the time the owner discovers the damage, the repair involves removing the slide-out mechanism, replacing the subfloor and wall panels, and reinstalling the system. Costs range from $4,000 to $9,000 on a unit worth maybe $16,000. Forest River's warranty classifies this as maintenance, owner failure to inspect and reseal, rather than a manufacturing defect. The warranty was written to exclude exactly the failure mode the manufacturer knew was coming. Section 3. Coachman Apex from 2020 to 2023, the electrical system that rewires itself. These deserve their own special category of disposable. The electrical system in these units is assembled under piece rate pay incentives that reward speed over accuracy. Wire terminations that should be crimped are wrapped. Connections that require proper gauge are underspecified. Ground paths that should be dedicated share circuits they were never designed to share. At around 10,000 road miles, after countless vibration cycles on the highway, these connections begin to fail intermittently. 1 week, the GFI outlet trips and will not reset. 2 weeks later, the 12-volt lighting circuit browns out under load. A month after that, the inverter throws a fault code no one can trace. You fix one thing and 2 more things develop faults. A proper electrical rebuild from an independent RV technician runs $1,500 to $3,500. That is not a car. That is a rolling electrical fire hazard that someone mistakenly bought as a family vacation vehicle. Section 4. Grand Design. Imagine from 2018 to 2021, the roof that cannot handle rain. Grand Design markets itself as a quality manufacturer that takes build seriously. The Imagine line from this era contradicts that positioning. These coaches use an EPDM rubber roof membrane. The membrane is sealed at every penetration point, vents, antennas, and air conditioning units, using a sealant compound that has a documented service life of less than 18 months under normal ultraviolet exposure and highway vibration. Owners report needing to reseal every 90 days to prevent intrusion. When they miss a cycle, water enters. Ceiling panels stain and swell. Insulation compresses and loses our value. The repair is straightforward. Remove ceiling panels, dry the structure, replace insulation and panels, but it runs $2,000 to $5,000 and must be done before mold establishes. Grand Design released a technical service bulletin acknowledging the sealant service interval. They did not recall the units. They did not fix them. If you own one outside the warranty period, you are on your own. Number 5. Thor Motor Coach 4 Winds, 2019 to 2022. The chassis that cracks. People buy Class C motorhomes expecting a vehicle platform that can handle the weight it carries. The Thor 4 Winds from this era has documented frame stress cracking at the rear chassis joints, the exact location where the heaviest living systems are concentrated and where road vibration creates the most repetitive stress. The cracking appears between 15,000 and 40,000 miles, which is almost always after the 1-year structural warranty has expired. Frame repair requires specialized welding equipment and structural certification. Cost is $3,000 to $7,000 depending on the extent of cracking. NHTSA complaint data contains multiple documented entries on this specific failure. Thor's response has been to classify individual cases as road damage rather than manufacturing defect, shifting warranty responsibility to the owner. The frame was not adequate for the load it was sold to carry. That was a manufacturing decision, not bad luck. 6. Heartland Mallard from 2020 to 2023. Plumbing that fails before the warranty expires. Heartland installs PEX plumbing with push-fit fittings that are assembled by workers who are paid per unit completed, not per connection verified. Push-fit PEX fittings are reliable when properly seated and supported. In these units, many fittings are only partially seated because of production line time pressure, and then they are hidden inside wall cavities where they cannot be inspected without tearing the wall apart. The first sign of a problem is often a soft floor near the kitchen or the bathroom. The fitting has been slowly leaking into the subfloor for months. By that point, the damage extends well beyond the fitting itself. Subfloor replacement plus plumbing correction plus wall panel removal runs $3,000 to $6,000. Heartland's warranty covers the fitting replacement, but it does not cover the consequential water damage. The language was designed that way. 7. Winnebago Mini from 2019 to 2022. The slide-out that eats its own motor. Winnebago carried a reputation for quality that this generation of the mini travel trailer does not deserve. The electric slide-out mechanism uses an undersized motor driving a rack and pinion system that was specified for the weight of the slide room before full furnishing weight was added to the final design. In the field, with the slide-out carrying its actual loaded weight, the motor runs at the edge of its rated amperage under normal operation. The motor overheats. The gears strip. The slide-out jams partially extended at a campsite 200 miles from the nearest qualified technician, with your camping trip effectively over. Slide-out motor and gear replacement runs $1,200 to $2,500, plus labor. Repeated failures are documented across owner forums. Winnebago updated the motor specification in later production but did not address units already in the field. It is not if this fails. It is when and where and how far from help you are when it does. 8. Crossroads Zinger from 2020 to 2023. The roof air conditioning unit that destroys the ceiling. Crossroads installs roof-mounted air conditioning units on ceiling blocking that is insufficient for the weight and vibration load of the units over highway miles. The blocking compresses, the mounting screws pull through the ceiling substrate, and the air conditioning unit begins to move, incrementally at first, and then visibly. Water intrusion follows where the seal is disturbed. Ceiling panels crack and sag around the mount points. A proper repair requires removing the air conditioning unit, installing proper structural blocking, replacing ceiling panels, and reinstalling the unit with appropriate mounting hardware. Cost: from $1,500 to $3,500. This failure pattern appears consistently enough across owner reports that it qualifies as a design deficiency, not an isolated manufacturing error. The blocking specification was an engineering decision. It was wrong, and it was shipped anyway. 9. Gulfstream Conquest from 2018 to 2021. The water heater that soaks the floor. Gulfstream positions the Conquest as an entry-level Class C that delivers reliable family transportation. The water heater installation in these units omits a drain pan under the unit, in a compartment that opens directly above the floor structure. Water heater bypass valves and pressure relief valves on these units fail at elevated rates between 18,000 and 35,000 miles. When they fail, water drains directly onto the floor framing below. Because there is no pan and no drain path, the water saturates the subfloor and the surrounding structural members before any visible sign appears at the interior surface. Subfloor replacement and structural drying runs $2,500 to $5,000. The drain pan costs $11 wholesale. Gulfstream made the decision to omit it. Your repair bill reflects that decision. 10 to 15, 6 more that follow exactly the same pattern. The Jayco J-Feather after 2021 shows a measurable decline in the quality that made Jayco a trusted brand before the 2016 Thor acquisition. Cabinet joints separate, door hardware fails within the first season, and roof sealant intervals match Grand Design's 18-month problem. The Dutchman Aspen Trail has exterior graphics that delaminate in the first summer. Its slide-out seals follow the same failure timeline as the Forest River Grey Wolf. The warranty department has developed a systematic vocabulary for classifying owner-observable manufacturing defects as maintenance items. The Primetime Avenger is part of the Forest River family. It shares the same Luan and water-soluble adhesive wall construction used across Forest River subsidiaries, and it follows the same delamination timeline and the same warranty exclusion language. The Palomino Puma has electrical faults that mirror the Coachman Apex pattern. Both models are assembled under the same piece rate production incentives, which produce consistently poor connection quality. The Lance 1685 entry-level competitors from this era were brands that saw Lance's market position and built look-alike units at lower material specifications. They still retained the pricing that Lance's reputation commands. And the KZ Sportsman is a unit with documented subfloor moisture issues that appear within the first 2 camping seasons, consistently enough to establish it as a production quality pattern rather than an isolated unit variation. The pattern is the point. Here is what connects every unit on this list. They were not poorly built because the factory workers were incompetent. These are deliberate decisions made by corporations that did the math and concluded building a disposable RV is more profitable than building a durable one. They know the adhesive will dissolve. They know the slide-out seals will crack. They know the plumbing fittings will fail. They know second and third owners will be devastated by repair bills. But they also know most buyers are excited new owners who will not discover the problems until the warranty is expired. The people who actually experience these catastrophic failures bought used or held the unit past the warranty period, and the manufacturers do not care about them. They have already made the money. The first sale is all that matters. The second owner is someone else's problem. This is why RVs depreciate so hard and so fast. The market knows. Savvy buyers know that a 3-year-old Keystone or Forest River is a delamination event waiting to happen, so they do not pay much for it. That drives the price down, which attracts buyers looking for a deal, who then get destroyed by repair costs. It is a vicious cycle, and it is all by design. RVs have become appliances. Use them for a few seasons and discard them. Manufacturers have calculated that this model is more profitable than building something that lasts 20 years. They do not want you keeping the same RV for a decade. They want you back on the lot every 4 years financing something new. And they have built these units to make that happen, whether you like it or not. If this list saved you from an expensive mistake, subscribe to this channel. We cover the units, the failure patterns, and the purchasing decisions that the RV industry is counting on you not researching before you sign.